Greetings all, welcome back to MixStream Online and yet another episode of Weekly Update Wednesdays with me, JD, from Studio 2105. First of all, I want to take a quick opportunity to wish all my Malaysian viewers, subscribers, friends, and patrons a happy Merdeka Day. Welcome all the new viewers and thank you to all the patrons who help to support the channel financially. If you're new to this channel, please head on down and click on the subscribe button. Become a subscriber today, then don't forget to also click on the notification bell so that you'll be updated every time I put out a brand new video. Do sign up for the email list, and if you want to support the channel, become a patron via the website www.patreon.com/studio2105. This week's question is going to be touching on a topic which is going to be really important, really relevant, especially for the times that we are living in right now. I mean, obviously we are living right through this global pandemic. Eventually though, one day we are going to get out of this, right? What are we going to do? What if, you are someone who wants to get into the audio industry, but you've got little to no experience and you want to sort of look ahead and prepare for what's to come? You don't want to wait until it's too late, then only you start taking steps, right? Or making moves towards getting into a career in audio or music. So, that's why I love talking about these questions. As much as, talking about EQs and gear and compressors and reverbs is really, really cool and really, really exciting, interesting. I'd love to sit down as well to answer these sort of questions, especially coming up from those of you who may be graduating from audio schools, those of you who, are thinking of getting into this audio field, right? So I appreciate and I love to sit down with you, right, to talk about these issues. So let's head on down to this week's question. How do I get into the audio industry with little to no experience? Given the situation that the world is in, this is going to be a difficult question to answer. But when, right, and it's not a question of whether or not we will, okay? I'm positive and I'm optimistic it will go back, right? It will return to some semblance of normalcy, right? Here are a couple of strategies which I think will help. Number one, get a job at a local venue. Now, obviously, things here in Malaysia are still shut down, but in some countries around the world, things have already begun to open up. So even if it's a job, a non-audio related job like security, ticketing, or if the venue has got some F&B, right? Dealing with the F&B as part of the service crew, getting a foot in the door is already a step closer in the right direction, and that right direction that you want to be is eventually to be behind the mixing console and the stage. Number two, sound and light rental companies. Many people were laid off, right, in the earlier part of 2020, but as things gradually move back towards normal, there's going to be tons of positions that are going to need to be filled. What we saw last year in 2020, a lot of engineers, technicians, crew, obviously and sadly, right, lost their jobs and they had to look for work elsewhere. And the fact is, there's going to be a significant proportion, right, of them who are not going to return to the workforce, to this industry. Maybe they found a better job, better paying job, and okay paying job that they're stable and comfortable with, right? So it kind of would make sense for them to continue in where they are right now, you see. So what this means is that it's going to leave quite a gap in the workforce. So this is something which, if you are fresh out of audio school or someone who fresh out of graduate school or something like that, this can be something that you can take advantage of. So I've seen quite a lot, okay? I follow all the job listings, especially in the US and Europe, and it's a lot of job openings. A lot of companies are hiring, and they are actually short of expertise. They're short of engineers. They're short of technicians right now. So obviously, right, pretty soon Hopefully, again, optimistically, will happen in our local and our regional industry as well. So be prepared for that. Don't restrict yourself to just audio. My advice is, right, even if you studied audio and you think of yourself as someone who does mixing audio, right, or doing monitors, get involved with video and lighting as well. Learn how to work projectors, video equipment, LED screens, learn how to set them up, learn how to build, LED screen lighting consoles and such. This will be a great opportunity for you to learn all these different skills in these related areas. And if you're someone who can do everything, you know audio, right? Maybe that can be your focus, that will be your specialty. But if you know lighting, if you know video as well, that is going to give you an advantage, right, over someone else who maybe only just specializes in one type of field. Companies and employers would more rather and more readily be more eager to give you the job instead. Number 3, find a local studio and apply for an internship or volunteer position. This is a rather time-tested and a very, very traditional method, and I believe it still applies, okay? Again, once the music industry, the whole industry starts getting back on its feet, you're going to be needing, right, a lot of help, okay? So at the start, whenever you become an intern, you might not be doing much, okay? Let alone maybe not making much income, if any at all, but it is still great, okay? I still feel that it is still great to be in an environment where you are around people, you're around professionals who know what they do, and you are around, right, people who are in the business, okay? Not only the engineers, not only the producers, but also the artists, the clients, the A&R people, right, label executives. It's very, very important to surround yourselves, right, with these people as well. Find a mentor, right? Find an experienced engineer or producer. Become their assistant. Help them when it comes to tasks such as editing, session prep, what else, labor-intensive tasks such as, tuning vocals, drum sample replacement. Sometimes I will have someone to help me with it, but I wish I had someone full-time to always help me with this sort of jobs, okay? Demonstrate your value, okay? Make yourself an indispensable member of the team, okay? One day, okay, if you are assisting someone, and there will definitely come a time where they will start delegating work to you and delegating jobs and clients to you as well, once you are capable, right, and demonstrate that you're able to handle it. Number 4, think outside the box. Explore new forms of media. Okay, look beyond, right, the traditional fields of music and TV broadcast. Go into things such as podcasts, gaming. There's a virtual reality and augmented reality, right? VR, AR, online content for social media, sound design, composition for films. Go into all these different fields because there is so much more beyond what happens inside a recording studio making records. Of course, that is what everyone loves to do, but hey, there's actually a lot more other jobs in different fields out there that's available as well. Learn about all these new and upcoming immersive audio formats, okay? Learn about Dolby Atmos, Ambisonics, so much more. Equip yourself with all these skills, with this knowledge. Once, right, these formats have a wider adoption, you are going to be ready. You are going to be equipped with the knowledge and the know-how, how to deal with, these new immersive formats, and then work will come in. Number 5, build your network. Keep asking questions, make contacts, build relationships. Like someone you worked well with, right, and got to know on a job or a certain project, might and very likely will be the ones that will recommend you for jobs in the future. Now, even in this age of digital marketing and social media, my personal experience at least is that nothing beats word of mouth promotion, okay? Go to your local gigs, meet the good bands, right? Meet the bands that impress you, that sound great. Offer to do their live sound, or offer to record their demos, right? Offer to help them with their pre-production. Use this opportunity to gain real hand experience, and once again, Make friends, establish relationships. It'll be these friends, right, that will hire you. And for example, if this band goes on to move up, right, they become successful, very likely they will also elevate you along with their success. Number 6, and this is obvious, be reliable, okay? Showing up, going the extra mile is what gets you noticed in this industry more than anything else. Number 7, get an education. Now, there are those who argue against, getting a degree, saying that it's worthless in this industry. And, while I do see there is some validity in their point, I'm also in the opinion that there's great benefit to be had in a college education, right? The experience that you get there. Now, I mentioned in a previous video, right, and you can check it out, right, about the value of audio education, which goes again beyond just the paper qualification itself. It's also the network of peers, right? The relationship that you form in this college environment. Many of your classmates and your peers will end up being your clients and your collaborators in the future. It has certainly worked out for me, right? Friends and classmates in college, which I knew from like 20 plus years ago. Now I work with them on their projects, right? I help them to record, I help them to mix the projects which they might be producing. Last but not least, join the AES, right? The Audio Engineering Society is a worldwide society that is dedicated to audio, and it's made up of professionals, it's made up of scientists, it's made up of educators, researchers, right? Students, and also anyone who has an interest and love for audio, be it whether they are professionals or whether they are hobbyists. The AES is the organization that is responsible for many of the worldwide standards that you have heard of, right? AES 31, AES 67, so on and so forth. All these audio standards that are applied in all the fields of audio. It's also a great resource for learning and for networking with other professionals and those who share the same interests as you. Besides the various conferences that happen annually, there are local sections, right, that are centered either around a city or a country, okay? Each of them will have their own programs, they will have their own activities. Now, for example, here in Malaysia, the local AES section has actually been around since the mid-90s, okay? And I'm also a member of the AES Malaysia section. We organize workshops, seminars, we do site tours, obviously when we were allowed to, before MCO, right? As well as we do monthly networking meetings, okay? I won't go so much into this detail. If you want to find out more about what the AES Malaysia activities are, right, you can check out this video to find out more. So there you have it. Those are some of the strategies, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 in total, okay? Which I think will really help you prepare to get into the industry once everything goes back to normal. Some of them which you can already implement and take action on right now at this very moment, okay? Some of them you may have to wait until, right, the restrictions in your country or your state or wherever you may be are lifted, and the live sound, live music industry, right, gets back on its feet again. But keep all these things in mind because it'll really help once things get back to normal. I hope you found this video useful and informative, okay? Once again, I love to share and talk about these sort of topics. I feel it's really, really important, okay? So do share this, right, with your fellow friends, anybody who thinks about getting into the audio industry as well. Please become a subscriber if you have not already done so, okay? And also click on the notification bell as well. And if you want to support the creation of content such as this, right, and on this channel, do consider becoming a patron once again at this website below, www.patreon.com/studio2105. I would really, really appreciate the support again. Till next time, I see you again in another video, in another live stream. Happy recording and mixing. Stay safe, stay happy and healthy. Peace, love, and music.